The American Psychological Association says many adults are emotionally overwhelmed and exhausted after more than 2 years of the pandemic. In fact, 87% of people in a recent survey feel there's been, quote, a constant stream of crises in the past 2 years. So let's talk about solving that. In her new book, Homecoming, Overcoming Fear and Trauma to Reclaim Your Whole Authentic Self, clinical psychologist and Professor Thema Bryant looks at how we can get out of what she calls survival mode, a mode a lot of us know well. Professor Bryant also happens to be president-elect of the American Psychological Association, and she joins us now. I'm so glad to have you here.
Oh,
we all need this right now.
Yes, people are really struggling, so thanks for having me.
So the book is called Homecoming. What is a homecoming?
Yes, so stress and trauma disconnect us from ourselves. So to come home is to heal and to reconnect with the truth of who we are instead of just being in survival mode.
Yeah, it's not a physical place.
That's right.
Yeah, it's not a geographical place.
Yes.
I think you are uniquely qualified, Dr. Bryant, because not only are you a doctor, psychologist, you're also a minister. In the Black community, as you know, most people would call their minister first before they would call a psychiatrist or psychologist. So how do you even know when you're in need of a homecoming?
It's a great question because many times we're so busy going through life, we don't really check in with ourselves.
You think being busy is good.
Right. And so you can be busy but not healed. You can be productive and disconnected. So you may have symptoms of depression. You may have irritability. You may be feeling anxious. And then we also could be numb, just going through life. Life is happening to you, but you're not really present. And it can also show up in our actions if we're medicating with substances or sabotaging ourselves. I like to say when I'm standing on my own wings, I'm in need of a homecoming.
So when you're looking to reconnect with yourself, what are the first steps to doing so?
The first step to reconnection is telling myself the truth. Sometimes we don't just lie to other people. We're not even aware of our own despair, of our own
you say denial's
emotions.
never healing or transformative.
That's right. If I'm in denial, I can't heal it. And so to come home, begin to tell yourself the truth and to live from that truth, to take better care of yourself, and also to choose affirming relationships. Because if I'm around people who stress me out all the time, it's going to be hard for me to be at home within myself.
Yeah, I like how you said breakups can break you. That's one of my favorite chapters. But many things stood out to me about your book. It's very well done, by the way. You say that many people use it as a badge of honor. I went through this stress, I went through this trauma, and I've grown from it. You go, no, that's not the way to look at it.
There's a term, post-traumatic growth. And so the trauma is not the thing that made you wiser or stronger. It is your internal resources and the supports that you had along the way that help people to heal. Because the trauma in and of itself is devastating, but we pull the wisdom out of our wounds.
A lot of people are dealing with physical losses with the pandemic, but also these invisible losses of time and opportunity. How do you deal with those?
Those are important to grieve as well. We call it unrecognized grief. So yes, grieve the loss of a loved one, but the lost opportunity, the lost connection, the lost time, lost community, it's important to get back home to yourself so that you can reconnect.
Yeah.
All right. Well done. She has little homework assignments at the end of every chapter. You give great examples involving your own life story. Bravo, bravo.
And a PhD, trained at Harvard Medical School, a minister. I mean, if you were a pastry chef, it's the only other thing I can imagine that might bring you more comfort.
And she dances too, Tony.
I do love biscuits.
Professor Thema Bryant, thank you very much. Homecoming is on sale now.